Use a table of values to sketch a graph of y equals 1/2 x plus 4. Again, I'm going to set up my table of values over here on the left. We're going to pick values of x and find corresponding values of y. And I'm going to leave some room on the right to show the work when I calculate 1/2 x plus 4. In this problem, we want to be a little bit more careful about which values we pick for x. If we pick x equals 1, for example, 1/2 times 1 is 1/2, plus 4, we end up with 4.5. We get an answer that's not an integer. And there's nothing wrong with that, but the math is always going to be easier when we have integer answers, and the points are going to be easier to plot more accurately, and we'll probably make fewer mistakes. So we want to pick values of x that get rid of the fractions, and since the coefficient on that x is 1/2, if we multiply by any multiple of 2, that's going to get rid of that denominator. So in this case, we want x to be a multiple of 2. So I'm going to pick a couple of positive multiples of 2, 2 and 4. We can always use 0, and then I'm going to pick -2 and -4. Let's plug those in for x and figure out what the corresponding values of y are. If x equals 2, then 1/2 times x is 1/2 times 2 plus 4. 1/2 times 2 is 1, so we end up with 1 plus 4, which is 5. So when x equals 2, y has to be 5. Next, let's substitute in x equals 4. We have 1/2 times x, which in this case is 4, plus 4. 1/2 times 4 is 2. And then we have 2 plus 4 gives us 6 in this case. Plugging in x equals 0 is pretty easy. We have to take 1/2 times 0 plus 4. But 1/2 times 0 is just 0, and 0 plus 4 is 4. So we end up with the point 0, 4. Next, let's pick negative values of x. For -2, we have 1/2 times -2 plus 4. 1/2 times -2 is -1. A positive times a negative is a negative. So we have -1 plus 4, which gives us 3. And then lastly, we'll plug in -4. So we have 1/2 times -4 plus 4. 1/2 times -4 is -2. And -2 plus 4 is +2. So if we look at the x and y values in our table of values, we have 5 points that we're going to graph. The first one is 2, 5. When x is 2, y is 5. The second one is 4, 6. Then 0, 4. Then -2, 3. And -4, 2. All right. Let's plot these points. The first point, 2, 5, we start at the origin. Because the x-coordinate is 2, we go to the right 2. And the y-coordinate is 5, so we go up 5. And so that point is going to be at 2, 5, which is right here. The next point is 4, 6. So we go to the right 4 along the x-axis, and then we go up 6, so that we're at 6 along the y-axis. And then the second point is right here at 4, 6. The third point has coordinates 0, 4. Because the x-coordinate 0, we're not going to the left or to the right. We're staying on the y-axis. And so we go up to 4 on the y-axis. And our third point is going to be right here at 0, 4. The fourth point has coordinates -2, 3. So we go to -2 on the x-axis. That's to the left 2. And then 3 on the y-axis tells us to go up 3. So that point is going to be at -2, 3. And then our last point is at -4, 2. So we go to the left 4 to -4 on the x-axis, and then up 2. And that point goes right here at -4, 2. If you look at the points, they are all on the same line, which gives us confidence that we've done this correctly. And now we want to draw a straight line that goes through all of those points. And it looks something like this. And then we will label this y equals 1/2 x plus 4. And that's the graph.